Hello, von Schweine, and welcome back to the Eastern Front. So here we are, still at turn 8, but in a defensive battle this time. Last battle, we managed to clear out a little bit of the, how can you call it, these partisan units down here in the south. And now the Soviets are deciding to attack us up here, which, I mean, I am gonna say, the last time we faced off against these battle groups, we had quite a hard time. Then we were fighting with very depleted men. Some of our tank units, like here on the left side, are not doing that good on ammo and they're quite damaged and so on. But in general, we have a pretty strong force here, and we are definitely, outnumbering the Soviets, which are attacking us with the 3 infantry companies and 2 actual, regimental HQs. So if we manage our cards right here, we, or actually this one is also in the battle. So yeah, 3 regimental HQs, 3 infantry companies. So if we, how can you say it? Play our cards right, we will be able to, I think, actually do some good works here again. Do some good work here against the Soviets. So as we can see, we have one of their companies up here, which is entrenched, and as well as these 2 HQ units are also entrenched. So we will have to, be mindful of that. But for example, this town here, Sinolitsevka, I think we will be able to, or at least the western part of Sinolitsevka, or southwestern part, I think we will be able to access that in this turn, as well as eliminate these regimental HQs and hopefully, maybe encircle this whole thing, pincer them, encircle, and destroy, So let's get right into the battle. Okay guys, here we are. Took a while to load actually. There's a lot of units here. These ones are counted as arrived. I'm not really sure why in this case. They have not... I believe I haven't moved them like further than 1 move on the operational map. Same for this company here. We will make something out of it though. I think we will be fine. These tanks might be... Let's see here. This one does not have... yeah, this is just a crew. That's merely a crew of a tank. This one seems to be in working order though. This Panzer 5, Panther is in a good position, but it's not able to move, it's immobilized, so that's not so good. D34 back here has no ammo to speak of. Well, as we some of these units have been depleted in previous battles. So yeah, we have to be mindful of that, but some of these units are, a bit fresher. For example, this tank platoon of Command Panthers is doing good, and I mean, we have this, I think this is the 7th, yeah, the 7th company of the SS has not seen that much action, so they should be able to do something. Anyway, I will check it all out and place all the units out, and I'll get back to you guys then. So see you in a bit. And welcome back, guys. Here we are. Almost 1100 men under our command, so it took me a little while to, set everything up, but we should be good to go. As you can maybe imagine, there's, a bit too many companies for me to go through them one by one. And as well, there's too many companies even for me to like keybind them all. But overall, I can, go through it a bit. Here we have actually the divisional HQ of SS Das Reich division. So very close to the battle. I have them here posted up. Hopefully no stray artillery shells hit them. As well as some other trucks and stuff, here kept back. Some broken armored car here as well. A recon platoon here, which couldn't fit into the line very nicely when I had to place the units out. These companies, so the 5th SS company and the 10th company of the HEA from the 848th regiment are, told different orders. They were in an arrived state, so I couldn't move them in the deployment mode. As well as, this tank is immobilized, so a lot of, this tank platoon will have to focus on keeping this tank safe for now. as well as this SS company being so reduced. You know, there's not a lot for them to do. I tried placing or issuing move commands that made kind of sense, you know, like broken weapons and such things, you know, just get them out of the line. A lot of it, with the remaining, you know, 6 men of Pachtle platoon getting into the line here. And as well here we have the 10th company, which I've issued some commands, you know, to just get up and stage here, to maybe, you know, reinforce or attack Sinolitsevka or whatever. Here we have a nice line defense along the Rollbahn, the MSR here, going through the whole map. We have out here in the field some different companies. These tanks are, you know, either in immobile state or low ammo, so they will have to do as pillboxes and bunkers for now. They have some mechanized infantry with them that will hopefully be able to push into the tumuluses here with their support, and also infantry platoons out here will be able to push out when needed, when the time is right, so to say. We have these 88s set up here from the like combined company B, as well as here. So these two positions in train, you know, function as, you know, I have some, I think, spotters maybe. Let's see here. Nope, no spotters, but I should have, no, up here I have some like company commanders and, you know, his assistant's AT rifles, and as well as a spotter. So here in this position it's a bit, you know, diverse. He's a spotter for the very valuable Nebelwerfer multiple rocket launch system, which is striking here, you know, as a zeroing in fire mission for now. So yeah, that's about it. We have some mortars set up here. I think they're wire linked already. Nope, link lost. So the telephone and cable will have to, he's over here blinking green. He's gonna have to run back there and lay a wire. Yeah, I mean, we here, it's quite interesting. The homestead is this like forested area. It's not completely under our control. So I've set up the SS troops here from the 6th company, actually, as a perimeter towards this area where the enemy might deploy, which is going to get heavily bombarded in the beginning. We have a 20 times incendiary round fire mission just about to, the first thing that will happen, it will just strike down this place, because I remember the hard fighting that was here, and, you know, I want to just burn this whole forest to the ground, if possible. But yeah, they're reinforced with these heavy AT rifle platoons, which cover their flanks. And towards this area, we have the 9th company of the 848th Infantry Regiment of the HEA. So they are scanning and setting up a perimeter in this end, towards the northern edge of this row here, or whatever you want to call it, around the homestead. Scanning towards Sinolitsevka, maybe, you know, we will be able to push here, either with the 9th or the 10th that's gonna stage behind them. So yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. We have set up some nice positions here, dug in with MGs, with heavy AT rifles, Schwere Panzerbüchse, actual Pak 40 AT gun over here, and here as well I've ordered some platoons from the 2nd company to actually, you know, take cover out here in these not bunkers, but, you know, grenade holes in the field. So yeah, in some areas we're set up quite close to the enemy deployment zone, but, you know, especially, you know, here as well, I couldn't set up any closer than this. So just, I have a MG platoon reinforced with some mechanized recon infantry here, or yeah, which I hope will be able to, you know, hopefully the Soviets don't just spawn here and ruin my day, and instead we get a nice firing position towards this field. So we will see. We are definitely outnumbering them today, so here we can see already green flares all over, especially from this area. So yeah, maybe we can't count them out just yet, but I mean, let's see here. So we have some Gun is broken, retreating, unit lost, unit lost. Okay. And combat. Yeah, this MG42, okay. These MG teams were no good. Apparently. Broken this one as well. Weird. That I should have checked that out before setting them up. Well, they will have to be riflemen instead, the MG crews. I think we can deal with this situation without them. But it would be cool to have them. So here we have our first ordered strike. I think that's the mortar that's actually setting up a zeroing in fire mission. So let's just scan the battlefield and see if we... So here's... Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, those are the... Nebelwerfer rockets actually impacting for the spotter to check. Seems like he got a good... yeah, and here it goes. My beautiful incendiary barrage. Anything is here, it will die. I don't think I will allow the whole 20 rounder to just go through, because it would be a bit wasteful. But maybe we will allow, like, I don't know, a couple rounds more to fire. Here I think we can see impacts from the Soviets firing at the homestead. Oh! Here's our first visitors to the hotel. Whatever you wanna call it. Actually, I had something I wanted to do here before we get to watch all this action. The Mades, I need to push up a little bit so they get good eyes on the enemy. I don't like keeping the Mades in hold down position because they can't traverse their guns. Nice. Beautiful. Keep it up, guys. Here we can see them deploying right in front of us. Beautiful. Keep that fire going. And here we are also taking reports of receiving fire. Yeah, all over here. We're being targeted by the Soviets. And here we're spotting something to the north. Interesting. Yeah, let's call off the incendiary barrage for now. And let that spotter process other fire missions. Wow. Soviets are not that weak, actually, as I thought. They have a lot of infantry out here in the field. But we should be able to deal with it. Oh my god. Where do we even focus, guys? We have contacts here, here, all in the field. We have a freaking gun out here as well, firing towards our positions here. Okay, interesting. Here we're processing targets. The MGs. Look at this. These prepared MG positions on the lavette or tripods will make short work of any Soviets out here. Beautiful. Here we're really taking it. However, our friendly units are holed up for the most part in these foxholes, so maybe they can, you know, be a bit resistant to any enemy artillery fire. Okay. Let's try to view it from a top-down perspective then, I guess. And... Nope. Not that lucky, huh? I just... Okay. 180 meters dispersion. That's gonna be like our second last salvo, so no, we won't do that actually. We will not strike the gun with those. Okay. When the guns are zeroed in, we can start targeting the enemy AT guns if they don't get processed like already. Look at this, what a massacre. And here's our 88s working yet again. Beautiful. Let's see if we can find other ones. Yeah, they're out here. Targeting towards this direction instead. Soviets have laid down a massive smoke barrage all over. All over the place. Now our friendly tanks are finding these AT guns. That's nice. Dang, what a mass of Soviets in this field. Let's zoom in on the AT guns and the enemy ones, that is, and see this. These are not AT guns, actually. These are infantry guns, but they're not doing too hot. Let's see these Soviets here. Christ. Look at this field. There's already, you know, corpses from past battles, and they're doing this shit again. Just trying. But it's not gonna go well for them. See, what's the color of the flare gonna be? Is it red? Yep. This man is fleeing desperately under fire, hovering for his life. Poor man. This is not a fair fight. The enemy is already wanting a ceasefire. We have lost one man. Ain't gonna happen though. They are in no position to ask for that. As well, I have ordered these heavy howitzers to 21 centimeters to strike this area as well, so... Let's see. Our mortar is ready for tasking. Something like this. Should be good. We're just gonna lay waste to them out here in this field, aren't we? Now this is... No, they tried building up a Maxim gun. Those are heavy impacts from the... I presume the 21 centimeter maybe. There's a wire man returning fire with his SVT rifle. So over. For the Soviets. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful impact from the heavy howitzer. Beautiful. Let's see which link was established. I don't know. Oh, from one gun position to the next one. 88s. And here we can see already the mortars should be impacting. Maybe we missed it. No, here they go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. These guys are straight up not having a good time. That was almost a direct impact on this man. Okay. Almost finished now with this fodder. So, let's see. I think he's... Oh, he's all the way over here, huh? Let's see if we can... Come on. Nope, he cannot get eyes on there. He can't get eyes on there either. Would be nice to just get some artillery fire going here. But no. Not today. However, we do have something good here. That's a nice one. Let's see if we can't extend it a little bit, like... There we go. That's nice. Let's have 20 high explosive shells impact that area. And... See, where are you? You're over here. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Let's see here. That's also nice, but this... Yeah, I can't help myself. Hopefully this formation is alive long enough for the Nebelwerfers to impact it. They should be. I mean, they seem to have dug in a little bit. Yeah, we can see they have foxholes and everything here. Not that it seems to be helping them that much, but you know. Let's see if we can honor this start. Yeah, this one. Beautiful. You can just fire 40 rounds into that formation of Soviet infantry. You already depleted your mortar shells. At 20 rounds impact over there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Complete control of this battlefield. Yes, we're taking fire, but I mean, imagine the Soviet commander is suffering from the same. Here the men are fighting in the trenches, firing with the Mauser carbines, firing with MGs, I presume. Yep. Everything. Keep it up. Hans and Fritz and Florian or whatever they're called. Beautiful work. Look at them there. And this guy, what a baller, just standing outside the trench with a captured PPSH. Beautiful. And here we go, the mortars impacting as well. So I noticed you need to keep these guys on AI fire control for it to work, you know, when they're not in contact with each other. We should almost do the same for these guys. Yeah, we're under fire in different sectors. That happens. Let's see what happened here now. Tank was abandoned. Oh well. It happens. I don't know. They randomly keep abandoning their tanks. Or for me, it seems random. I don't know. I don't know why they do it. But they do. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome watching these Nebelwerfers impact. We just have to keep an eye out up here to the right, you know. Let's get a closer look at our adversary. Oh my god, look at this field. This guy is straight up not having a good time. Neither are these men. Oh my god, we're really laying waste to these guys. The mortar has done its job as well already. Very quick firing, we can see the impacts here. Yeah, let's hold off with the mortar for now then. Let's allow... Let's see here, maybe we can... Yeah, we can target this formation. 40 rounds right there. Should be good. And now the Nebelwerfers. Look at this. Amazing. What a great weapon. Sucks to be on the receiving end of rocket artillery, of course, but you know, when you're the one firing... These guys were like in the middle of it, they just straight up, you know, took it on the chest. Took it to the chest. Very impressive. And this fire mission, when that fire mission is done, they can transfer their fire here. There we can see heavy impacts as well. Yeah. Gonna be interesting to see the tally, let's say, later. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't know they would be that concealed moving up. Oh well, I will just let the 10th company do their thing. Look at this, they're getting almost directly impacted the Soviets, but somehow surviving these impacts. Interesting. Interesting. See if we can maybe get some runs over there. Ekat has taken some casualties. Bunat has also mortars running out of ammo. All out of ammo basically at this point. But this field, man, is the last place you would want to be. Look at this stuff. We have past corpses from previous battles, a bit different texture, and current one from this battle. Sadly, this was the fate of many Soviet riflemen during the war as well. I read, you know, first-hand accounts from people who fought on the Eastern Front, and, you know, you could almost stack them. Okay. 12 rounds left for the Nebelwerfer. I wonder. Let's keep them. Let's hold off. Here we have 10.5 centimeter howitzer impacts. Beautiful. Let's see. Now this one is preparing a fire mission over here. Very nice. There's just so many of them. Insane. I mean, how can they even still be alive? How can anyone be alive in this field at this point? Yeah, keep running, man. I mean, what do you do in this situation, you know? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, I would presume. It doesn't seem like the enemy has any heavy equipment either on the field, like tanks or, you know, even heavier guns. We saw 2 infantry guns, but that was about it. Let's see. These mortars are now running out of ammo. We can have them hold fire if possible. Yeah. As they aren't doing too much. They're just throwing smokes or launching smoke grenades out here. Let's see here. So this fire mission now from the heavy howitzer, the 21 centimeter, will impact in this area. So with any luck, there's some Soviets hold up there in those trees as well. Here, I think, yeah, this fire mission is working on these guys out in the open. Can't seem to find a whole lot of enemy bodies out here, though. Ooh. But we will produce some, I believe. Yeah. With this artillery. Here. Yeah, they're making their way over now. 10th companies. Let's just cancel your order and have you set up in a line. I like having them on lines. And you guys are really taking the scenic route, aren't you? Let's have them march by a column this way, taking roads if they can, and then setting up in a attack position. I mainly want them, the infantry platoons. here that there's still even a man alive in this area as well. You know, it's crazy to think about. And here we can hear the familiar kaklunk of the Wäre Panzerbüchse. Wäre Panzerbüchse. It's... someone told me how to pronounce it. You know, it's a hard word. It's a hard word if you're not like a very proficient German speaker, so... It's hard for me at least. But I want to say Büsche, but it's that means bushes, and we have a lot of them here, but you know, this is not a bush, this is a Büchse. And as I explained in that episode, you know, we have a Swedish word that's bössa, you know, it's very similar, but it has no sound in it at all. It's just bössa. Like with two S's, so. Anyway. Yeah. Heavy impacts now from the 21 centimeter over here. That would really, you know, knock you down. There's, I believe, in no way would you survive this as they are doing right now in real life from a 21 centimeter shell. I don't know, do you think, yeah, what do you guys think? Are we even thinning them out, or what's happening? Anyway, so this fire mission is about done. And I can concentrate here on this field maybe for the next one. Just keep pounding away at this formation. It's the largest one I can see right now, so. Seems like those guys. Okay, Putsch is actually getting into position, which is very nice. Good. Good. Oh. Infantry guns are firing way out here. Very interesting that they're even able to do that. This is interesting as well. Puck 38s, like 50mm guns. Very, you know, under caliber for this time during the war, but yeah. Let's actually see if we can, you know, get these guys set up among here or something. So they will take the road if necessary. Oh, not enough command points to do that. Let's wait a second. Here we go. So yeah, now we can see that they should be trying to take these little paths, you know, going forward. I bet these guys... Oh, they're firing with their... Okay, well, if they find any targets on their way, they can just, you know, fire at them. I bet these guys wish they had some horses, though, to draw those guns. Okay, Putsch getting into position. Let's have them form up here towards Sinelitevka. Together with Rita, their company commander. Let him keep behind, or stay behind them now. Okay. Truly a horrid view. Killing field of sorts. Here, the prepared MG positions are feasting. Amazing sound from the Mada. Like a comic book. Let's see. This Tiger is running low on ammo. This one is also beginning to run low on ammo. We can actually, I believe, tell these guys to hold fire so we preserve a bit of their ammo. Same for these Mont Panthers. What are you? Okay, you're one of those. That's fine. I just want to preserve some ammo here for these guys. Because they're actually workable tanks, you know? You guys are completely out of ammo, huh? You guys, you don't even have a tank. You're just a tank crew. I don't know what happened to your tank. Maybe they transferred it to the workshop, and these guys are just left without the tank. They couldn't find a replacement. Look at this. It's like they're growing like, you know, plants in this field. Crazy. Butch is moving along nicely. Company commander can just chill out here. Have the AT rifles set up here along the railroad. AT guns are getting on with it slowly but surely. Enemy contact. Ooh. Nothing new. Here we can see a truck, which I suspect belongs to regimental command. We seem to have killed the driver. Taking Sinaritsevka will be the... In Swedish we have a saying called, or a saying, you know, or like, it's not some traditional wisdom, it's more like, you know, just something you say. It would be the dot above the I, which is like, oh, it's the cherry on top, you know, it's a dot above the I, like a small, you know, just the letter I. So we would say pricken över i-et. So it's just like, you know, when it's extra perfect, or whatever you want to say. Let's see here. Your sister platoon. What is that? Peterson. Jakob Peterson. Almost sounds like a Swedish name. Jakob Pettersson, we would probably call him. Yeah. Oh, look at this. I love these little guys. Oh. Why doesn't he have his gun shield though? Oh, maybe it's knocked off on one side. Hold on. Let me compare. Where do we have another one? Is this one? Yeah. Maybe they... I'm pretty sure they should have a gun shield. Let me compare with a third one. Let me see here. Oh, let me just... Yeah, exactly. This is how it's supposed to look. Why? Oh, why don't they look like that? Has the, like, shield for the gun been knocked off? Or have they not, like... I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. Very odd. Many oddities on the Eastern Front, I must say. Here. Like lobbing bullets into the Soviets. Let's see at what distance these guys are actually firing at. Let's see here. Oh, around 900 meters, huh? Yeah, that will do it. That will make you have to aim a bit above your intended target. Okay. This gun is not even doing anything. That's not what I like to see. Let's see here. So... No, let's not work with that. Let's not work with a creeping barrage. Let's just put another fire mission into the troop concentration, you know? Here we have a suspected enemy vehicle of some kind. Doesn't matter really what it is. We will take it out, no problem. And here, finally, Putsch is moving up. Pettersson is... It's slower on the ball, so to say. But yeah. Let's see. We can actually do this the right way. Have the company commander set up somewhere like here. And then when he's all set up, we can push into Sinalitsevka. Have this company commander's AT rifles actually take up position somewhere. And here we can just take a look at all the different powerful tools we have available to us. Machine guns on tripods, several, and also these beautiful klunks. I love these guns. These are probably, you know, if I could have one favorite unit in this game, it would be these guys, because, you know, these guys can, as we have seen in the previous, you know, battles, if you have followed along, we've actually, you know, let's pause the game right here, we can show it. Right here, those guns did amazing work stopping a Soviet, like, armor platoon that had broken through our lines. So we should have some victims. Yeah, here's one. So the heavy AT rifle platoon was posted up like here or something. They rolled right past here, so this might not be one of those tanks, I don't know. Here's one. So they just could, you know, put shots into the sides, these T-34s. And we managed to actually mobilize them and stop them here at the tracks, just in front of the friendly positions here, here, which was, you know, it was a real nail biter. And we also had some more all the way over here, which, you know, you can still see their positions, so they could lob rounds into the Soviet tanks from here. So we really, you know, they really, I did not expect that of them. That's why I'm so, you know, infatuated, is because I believe we were goners for sure, but nope. Those guns proved me wrong. And when it comes to, you know, if you ever want to be proven wrong about something, it's if an armored push will break through or not, and if you you believe that it will, you know. Okay. You guys can actually do the same thing, but just fast. They will start jogging, you know. Hopefully, yeah. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. The heavy howitzer is impacting over here. There's a suspicion I had that we would push the Soviets a bit back, so they would maybe get into the line of fire of it here. And my prediction was kinda, you know, on point. Kinda. Okay. Seems like the company commander should be setting up. Yes, sir. Peterson is moving, getting into position. We can actually have him cancel his order and set up just behind Putsch platoon. So he will be the second wave, basically. Anyway, let's have these guys, you know, do their best, try to maneuver, use no formation. And along this side of the railroad should be good, so something like this. Now Putsch platoon is moving across here in the open without formation. They will try to maneuver on their own and enter Sinalitsevka and take it. Okay, these guys are need a new fire mission shortly. We can just keep it up over here, I feel like, honestly. These guns haven't moved very far. They have found targets on the way. 50 millimeters, kicking up a whole lot of dust still though. MG gunners might just be running out of ammo at this point, yeah. Actually, I would like for this whole platoon to be on this side of the railroad line so they don't get exposed here from the west. But I mean, I don't know. Oh, firing off into the enemy truck. So this is probably the worst setup for a line formation I've seen. Or well, no, it's not that bad. They can probably get it done. Now, infantry out here is finding targets. As well are the Tigers, which were in pretty good condition. However, low on ammo. This Panther has some rounds. Can push up this way. Move up that way so I get him out of... So he doesn't put out like 75mm right into the back of the Tiger's turret like that. As they have been prone to doing. Here we should see, yeah, this is the real frontline man. Look at... Dude, no recoil. This is crazy work. I'm guessing this is to simulate him, you know, leaning it up against the berm and firing, but still. I wish they were a bit more proficient with their MG42s. As we can notice, it's quite like sporadic bursts. Which is due to how they fire it. They, you know, put it up, aim it, fire like a few rounds, put it down, put it up, fire, you know, like that. Would much rather just kept the gun up, you know, and fired bursts of like, I don't know, 2 second, 3 second bursts. There's this classic, I know in the US military at least, you know, they, what the heck is going on here? These guys have put up crazy maneuver. They have maneuvered in a crazy manner. Anyway, in the US military at least, when you're a machine gunner learning to control your burst lengths, you know, you get told to tell yourself whilst you're firing, you know, die motherfucker die, die motherfucker die, and that's like for how long you should fire them. So it should be like length of the burst should be whilst you're saying those curse words, basically. I don't know how many Soviets we have killed in this battle, but I would guess that we're up. I don't know. If you're watching this far into the video and you want to leave a comment on how many soldiers or how many Soviets you think we have killed at this point, or you know, how many casualties they've taken at least. I would say we should be, you know, up around 300 enemy casualties at this point, you know, counting wounded and killed. Now these guys are taking fire from the west as suspected, but I think they will be fine. Anyone firing will be, you know, promptly dealt with if they dare expose themselves. Now we're taking some counter fire here, I feel. Almost looked like a mortar impacted among our troops. I don't know. So here we go, entering Sinalitsevka, outskirts. Very nice. Peterson is making a nice movement. The last components of the platoon should be joining up sooner rather than later. Interesting. These AT guns, you know, they can't just, you know, get a move on. They have to stop and fire. They've depleted a lot of their ammunition already. Here we go, finding our first Soviets in Sinalitsevka. This is a rifle grenadier, or a grenadier with a rifle grenade attached. We can have these guys hold for now. Wait for this formation to, or this part of the platoon to move up. So that should be the platoon leader and one of the squads. Have them maybe try to form up there or something. Peterson, how are you doing? Could be moving a little bit quicker, honestly. Okay, this fire mission is nearly done. The barrels must be burning at this point for the artillery guns. The artillery pieces. Well, something like that, I guess. Oh. Dang. Dang. Will we get another dang? Nope. Doesn't seem that way. Let's just shell this portion. Wish I could get enough mortar rounds. You see an impact as well over here. One of our SS platoons. Okay. So we are getting a move on, huh? Everything moves so slowly in this game compared to what I'm more accustomed to when it comes to like RTSs and stuff. Okay. Let's have them gather in a quick manner. Dense line on this side of the... Actually, like that. That I missed. And then we go like that. Okay, unit destroyed. How the hell? Why? Seems like it ran out of fuel. Oh, why though? Was it hit by shrapnel somehow? I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know why this truck got destroyed. Dang, look at these Soviet men. Getting close to our lines. This Soviet man with a Mosin Nagant revolver. Him against the world, basically. One of the men on this squad got killed. He might have, you know, just headshotted him with the revolver. If he's a cool guy, you know, he would just do that. Peterson is moving up nicely here on this side. Very good, very nice. You love to see it. Okay. Let's have these guys push up a little bit. No formation. Seems like we're firing at a Soviet hiding in this house here. But we haven't managed to kill him yet, have we? Nope. He's hiding in here. Ivan. Ivan, you need to save yourself. Ivan, it's not worth it. Just surrender. He's stone cold though. Look at my mouse. Oh. Switching position. Taking up a new fighting position. Look at my mouse. That's a cold resolve on his face. He knows he has a, 5 megaton nuke in his pocket, as every other Soviet soldier in this game does, if you get too close to them. Oh. Running out of rounds here too. Or fire mission is, dying off. That looks good. Блять. Нет, блять. No, Ivan. He's bleeding. No. My man here. From Adrian Sturm squad. Oh, did they capture Ivan? Good, he surrendered. Good, he's bleeding. He's, he's kind of fucked up, but he's gonna, he's at least not gonna die today. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy for Ivan. Vanya. Okay. Let's have these guys then push up in a line. Keep it dense towards here. Here we meet the next one. Igor. We can't even see him. Igor, you must surrender. Germans are taking control of whole village. You guys can stop doing that. Have this squad push up a little bit here. Look at my mans here. Was he using? Yeah, he's using even the captured PPS edge like a boss. Putting down suppressive fire. This is the mortar, man. You can't stop. What are you doing, man? Have this squad push up. Yeah, they already have good orders. They will do their best. Okay, back to this. Yeah, that should be good. Seems like we have thinned them out here. Peterson platoon is moving up nicely. Oh, big explosion over here. Oh, that's from the mortar team, which I told to stop. They instantly started barraging Igor with their 5 centimeter mortar. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, you can stop now, guys. Let's have Putsch platoon. How do we want to go about this? Maybe set up defense around here, just take control of these houses. Prepare for Peterson to move through. So, Peterson, we can cancel that order, which is like the costliest thing to do in this game when it comes to your points. And without formation, you can sweep through Sinelitsevka like that. Should be good enough. Our AT guns are... I don't know. I can't speak on that. some real shads of the Soviet infantry are, you know, making their way out into the field. I must defend Soviet motherland. He's doing it for the Rodina. I would just, you know, surrender at this point. But, you know, they do them. You do you. Yeah, Putsch is taking control of the village nicely. Entering houses, I presume. What are you firing at? I don't know. They're setting up. Making themselves at home in Sinolitsevka village. The Nebelwerfer is calling for me like the goddamn green goblin mask, but you know, can't do it. I want to save these last rockets for something a bit more impactful. Get a move on, guys. Shouldn't tell them to maneuver. They'll just keep doing battle drills over and over again. Like, oh, just duck down, you know? Here we set up a nice perimeter as well. Cordoning off Sinolitsevka, so this part here should be in total control of us right now. How do you want to do this shit? Maybe something like that. Just keep the fire up at this point. Here, let's see if we can't snipe this guy. Where are you going? Going this way. That'll take us about 43 seconds. Yeah, something like that. Well, if he keeps crawling this way, he will meet his maker. Machine guns are targeting a lone Soviet that's made his way all the way out here. I will push for Comrade Stalin against several platoon of Panther tank. Don't doubt this guy though, you know. you shouldn't mess with the Soviets, you know. Don't, you know, completely disregard them, you know. You get your tanks in a bad position, you get them too close to just your regular ass farmer from, you know, the middle of nowhere, and he will get you with an AT grenade. No questions asked. Okay, Petason is making their sweep through the village now, nicely. Our MG teams are low on ammo. Here's this baller with the anti-tank rifle. So that's our mortar, huh? Well, I don't know where this man went, but if he went here, he should be dead. What a ungentlemanly battle, I must say. I'm not very... You know, this is just... insanity at this point. But it's revenge. I remember the hard battle for the homestead here. You know... Oh! Meeting some contacts here in Sinolitsevka village. Hey, Pettersson, are you gonna deal with it? What are you gonna do, you know? Let him push a bit more to the left then. These guys are walking like they're taking a stroll just through their home village. They don't know that my man over here... What are we gonna call him? I've already said Ivan and Igor. What else can you be named as a Russian? Dimitri. They don't know that Dima over here is holding a nasty angle. Well, doesn't seem like he's gonna do anything crazy with his position. Oh, someone is moving up to this house now. Are you gonna enter it? Somehow? Oh! He's inside the house now with Dimitri. Man. You have to lock in. Is he... gonna... More... What the hell just happened? Dima, cold as ice. So as we can see, this game has some limitations to how building to building fighting is handled. I must admit. Oh, no! No! And... Oh, god dang! And Ivan just taking it, you know. No! His right arm is wounded. Come on. Ivan or Dima, just surrender, you know. You would go to a nice prisoner of war camp. Maybe... Oh, it seems like Dima surrendered. Yeah, it probably won't be so nice, but you know. Could be worse. Could be dead. And this crazy machine gun over here. What the hell are you even firing at? Let's see it from his perspective. I don't know, guys. Would you just fire like into this area for no reason? Look at my man, like Erich or something or whatever his name is. Oh, moving all crazy like how would you feel if you were this man and your friendly like the MG gunner in your platoon or in your squad just, you know, let off a belt like 5 centimeters from your head? I don't know. We can have Pettersson cancel and move in a line actually this way. So crazy, these places, you know, we fought over them so hard. All kinds of battles. In this field we should even find, yeah, here we have some Su-152 tank destroyers or, you know, self-propelled guns, T-34s. Here we have a T-70 light tank. Another, no, that's a friendly, actually, one of our Panzerspähwagene, or one of our armored recon cars. Here we have more T-34s. I wonder how many tanks we've destroyed throughout the whole campaign. I'm gonna check that for you guys, actually, but like before we end the campaign. We're gonna take a look at the final tally, so to say. Something like that should be good. Let's actually conserve our fire per gun instead. In the meantime, key point taken, yeah, Sinolitsevka, good. In the meantime, we can take some more key points. This tumuluses, for example. So let's use Ackermann's platoon here, the infantry component of the mechanized infantry platoon. Have them push up here and take the tumuluses. See, we can also maybe move up Michla platoon here, which is, you know, very reduced. It's basically a squad, but yeah. I don't want you guys to be concealed. Why aren't you responding to my command? Okay. You're gonna crawl. Okay, there we go. Here you guys go. Nice. Gantna can hold the position for now, I would say. Okay. So set this on as well as you can. Seems like this village is pretty cleared out. Take up defense in this line along the buildings. Putsch can do the same as well, so something like that should be good. Cool. Here's the armored or mechanized infantry moving away from their vehicles. SS Panzergrenadiere. How can we tell that they're SS? Well, first of all, we know. But second of all, these guys are wearing a camouflage pattern. I don't know which one that is. There's so many. Erbmust, Strichtan, I don't know what they're called, you know, there's a bunch of them. But those were strictly used by the SS, the camouflage jackets and stuff. Which is, you know, one way for the SS that they could distinguish themselves from the Wehrmacht as a whole, or the regular Heer, and show that partially, you know, it was good for unit cohesion. One could imagine, you know, that oh, we look different. We're gonna have a hard time seeing above this railroad line, aren't we? Yes, we are. So yeah, it was one way for them to like distinguish themselves just by look, but it's also just, you know, a whole different mentality when it comes to how to wage war compared to the more traditional Heer. So the Heer was a bit more steeped in tradition, and the, you know, Feldgrau uniform, the field grey ones, were, you know, it was a German tradition to wear the field grey, and the SS was really, you know, very much more about not what was the not you know, conserving a German traditionalism, but rather building, you know, how can you say it, being the first men of the new Germany, if that makes any sense, you know. So they wanted to distinguish themselves from the traditional way of German militarism, basically. They were way more of an occult organization than the regular here. So we should maybe be looking at some kind of surrender here soon. Under fire being reported from here, okay. Oh, there's actually a Soviet infantryman out there. He doesn't seem that bothered by our guys though. Oh, now he is. He's firing at us. Come on, you guys. You're a whole platoon. Let's have you hold. Fire your target. He actually managed to down one of our MG gunners. You guys should definitely be, you know, trying to return fire, you know, do something intelligent at this point. But Oh well. So I'm gonna play for like a couple minutes more, maybe 5 minutes more, and just check if we can get enemy retreats. Yeah, on the money. I was just gonna say we're gonna wait for to see if we can get an enemy like a retreat out of the enemy before we quit the recording, because I had a feeling, you know, we would get one. Just cancel everyone's order, so if someone is moving, they can stop moving. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what the final tally is. We seem to have taken 11 casualties, which is amazing. Okay. 24 platoons were reduced to 10. They had a very poor combat score. We managed to grab a lot of territory, all of the territory almost. And here we go. Okay. We managed to get 300 casualties out of them. I said that a bit earlier, that I suspected we had 300 casualties already, but yeah, this was not the case. So what's that? We had 9 casualties, they had 300. What's that? Casualty ratio of 1 to 30, or 30 to 1, or whatever you want to say. So a bit more than 5 to 1. Cool. Severely reduced in all categories. Oh my god, that's, you know, if we had these kind of losses, that would be totally irrecoverable, I would say. And oh, we dealt damage to their miscellaneous compartment. We're gonna check it out. Also, we're gonna check out one of these Panthers, which was abandoned, but seems like they got back inside it. No impacts. Weird. And we're also actually gonna check out this Blitz. Opel Blitz. Let's see. Direct impact from an 82mm round, which would be a mortar then. Well, luckily it was not one of our divisional HQ assets. Weird though. Very weird. Anyway, let's check out what the enemy. As we can see, a lot of friendly battle groups. Come on. Here we go. Okay. Regimental HQ. They were all the way up here, huh? Makes sense. Gas truck. Fly troops. I don't know. Maybe we got them, but we just can't find them. Recon platoon by horse. That's so baller. My great grandfather actually was a cavalryman in the Swedish army. It's a very cool, you know, like you say it, probably one of the cooler things you can do in an army. Here we go, spotter. These two were, yeah, most definitely dealt with. Oh look, the Panzerbüchse, the heavy AT rifles really nailed it, and as well a direct impact from a 76mm shell. Yeah. Oh well, crazy action, but we managed to really, you know, take the field. So we're gonna have a look at the operational map before we end this episode, and, you know, take a good look at all things. However, were you maybe the officer that I tried to snipe with the mortar, or the NCO? I don't know. If he survived, I'm happy for him. However, let's go to the operational map. Okay. Whoa. A lot of pop-ups. But I don't think we can advance. The only place we can advance now is basically here. And then we can also eradicate these pockets. But I think we've advanced as far as we can in this campaign. We can probably here maybe, and here. But all these dashed areas, you know, these are not for us to advance into. Or maybe we can't for example, we cannot see that they're dashed because there's a unit occupying it. That's probably more like it. So, my suspicion is that we can only reach here, basically. And then eradicate this pocket. Interesting. Gonna be interesting these last 2 turns. I thought we would have to do really, commit to a strong offensive operation here, but that was the strong offensive operation, I guess. Almost like it's, it's all over at this point. The whole campaign. Maybe not, but, almost. Very odd feeling, It's been so fun playing this campaign. We're obviously gonna do another one. I'm leaning towards Bird Grow, it's called, the campaign, or the DLC. So that's probably what I'm gonna play next, and I'm gonna try to put out another kind of video. It's gonna be Muse Front, but it's not gonna be a regular campaign playthrough. I'm gonna do something else for you guys in between the DLCs that we play. But yeah, it's been fun, and I mean, we have 2 turns left, of course, but yeah, it's not looking like the Soviets are gonna recover from this, I feel like. So anyway, take care until next time, guys, and yeah, I will see you then.